Good evening and welcome to another episode of My Fiber Fun. Well, as you can see, look what I'm wearing, and I'm not done with it yet. In fact, I'm barely halfway done. I ended up stopping the frog and I was like, what am I thinking about? I know good and well this thing will probably get long enough. Shoot, I'm halfway through the third set of two balls, and I still have this to go, and I still have this. I saved this from the first set because I wanted to make sure I had enough for a border, but this is more than enough for a border. So once I'm actually lengthen it once I'm done. So it might not be a scarf that will touch the floor like I was wanting, but it's gonna do what I want it to do. So it's still the wide, and here's how long it is thus far. Right now it's measuring at over 50 inches. It's gonna be over 100 inches, and that's enough. So I'm working on it still. It's zipping along. I love the V-stitch with it. And so I put it around my neck, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna love this. Look at that. Look, ooh, wee. And then when I snood it, it snoods already. Look at there. Look at there. And it's gonna be probably almost 3 times as long as it is now. And it's already wrapping. I like the snood part. And it comes up, it covers all the back. So this is gonna be perfect for me. And I'll wear it, look at there. Ooh. Mufasa. Okay, so I'll be wearing it, in the fall. And then it's wide enough too to even wear as a shawl. So right now I have it over my shoulders because the air is running and I need to cut it off. I was just kind of knocking the heat off because it got warm today. And so I just cut it on. Now it's too cold, so I'm gonna get the air cut off in a few minutes. But anyway, okay, so I'm currently uploading my Messing with Michaels video. Yes, I went to Michaels today. The internet is moving real slow today with YouTube, so I'm gonna wait until it frees up. So no telling what time that video will come up. It'll probably be after 9 or 10. Usually when that happens, which is rare, you have to wait a while. And I know that they just did an update on my phone, my TV, everything. So usually when they do updates, that's when things run slow for a minute. So we shall get through that. Okay, so I can at least tell you what happened in Michaels. Oh, I was not a happy camper. Number one, I went to the site last night and they had the yarns, those that they carried in the store, showed that it was in stock, how many that there were, and where to find it. Well, I got in the store, and you're going to see that store it gave me Joann vibes. There are boxes everywhere. They have all the stuff on clearance. I had a flashback. I didn't realize how traumatized I was from Joann's closing and what all we went through before they finally announced they were closing, because we knew something was happening, but they wouldn't tell us anything. And then all of a sudden, boom, bang, bing. So all those boxes that they had in the aisles for 2 years before they closed, that was it. But anyway, not saying that Michaels is going to close. What they're doing is they are revamping. That for sure. And like I said, I will be fair, and I said it in the video. I will be fair. Have to be patient because they already said it wasn't going to be until January once they're done to begin with. So because of that, I'm not going to talk about them too bad. But let me tell you, my yarn, couldn't find nothing but loops and threads as far as the yarns were concerned. And then of course that Caron chunky, or not chunky, but that Caron cake stuff that cost too much, that was there, and not too many of those. But they have opened up, they brought in a new fabric counter, a longer one, and then they still have that shorter one there. They also they have boxes everywhere, yarns in the boxes, all kind of stuff. I saw mostly yarns and notions for what I could see inside of the box, because you couldn't really mess with them, but they were everywhere. Then they had the percent off clearances. Soon as you walk in, you see that. You'll see that in the video. Then I went to the other side, and there was some more bins with 70% off. Fabric, they had fabric on clearance. Lots of clearances throughout the store. All the summer stuff is on clearance. So as they clear, and they've moved everything that I knew, like I knew where the cotton yarn was initially, they've moved it. They have moved the crochet books and all that stuff. They moved that to a different spot. So you can tell that they're revamping and they're making room for what they need to bring in. The other new thing I saw was that they do have notions there. I saw a lot of the notions that we saw at Joann's. So they're just trying to make room. And I was saying, if they clear out all that junk that they're trying to clear out, then there will be plenty of room for what they need to do. And so anyway, so they did not have the yarn that was advertised and that they said they had. I could not find it anywhere. I said it's probably in the boxes. And all they had was the loops and thread, and I said I refuse. In fact, I grabbed this stuff called Tom Daly. Now they had that online, and that's $8.99 a ball, and it was a small skein, no bigger than the Kobu. No, it was smaller because it was like 185 yards to the ball, and the Kobu is 250. And the Kobu is normally, I forgot the price of that, but you know, I bought mine on sale. But I was not paying $8.99 for that yarn, which was 50% cotton and 50 acrylic. It was Lion brand called Tom Daly, made with love. And they did have the fall colors, and I grabbed it. I grabbed 4 skeins of it because I said, if there's a coupon or if it's on sale or whatever, I'll find out when I get to the counter, and you'll hear me say all that. I said I will get it if that's the case, if I can get a deal on it. That wasn't happening. It was $8.99, so I told her, put it back. I'm not getting it. I said I will order offline. So that's what I'm going to be doing as far as yarn is concerned until they are done with what they need to do. And if they keep those prices as high as they are, I can get stuff cheaper with Little Knits and get some true fiber, to tell you the truth, especially with that clearance and all that stuff, even at Webb's, because they have Grandpa's Closet on Webb's, and you can get fiber yarn in Grandpa's Closet real cheap. I'm not going to pay that much money, not for no acrylic or cotton at that. But what I did get, they did have, remember I said on the other day that I wanted, because they were coming out with the new granny squares with the flowers. Well, they had one. So I did get that. So I spent $21 at Michael's. So they can be happy that I did that. But I got it. So now I have both sets. These are the only 2 thus far, and I guess they'll come out with more stuff later. So I just wanted to have that to match it up with my other one, and I'll look through this later. And then, so I was telling you on the other thing, well, if I don't get the yarn, then we're at a standstill with the crochet along for the triangular shawl. Then I thought, well, I can always go and get some of my scrap yarn to demonstrate and still do it, but I wanted a fall shawl. Well, that ain't happening. But I went to my favorite store, Myers, and as you can see, the bag, I went to Myers, and I forgot Myers have this little teeny tiny yarn section there. And what they do is almost like Walmart. They get yarn, I guess that's overstocked somewhere, and then they sell it cheap. Well, they had, this time, when I went over there to look, they had the sugar and cream cotton yarn for it was $1 and something, I forgot. But whatever it was, I said, I will spend my little $20 budget for the sugar and cream. And look at here, y'all. I got red, black, and green. So you know what I'm gonna do with that. Because I used to have a red, black, and green shawl for the African colors. And I ended up, when I did my raffle for my 50th birthday, I mean my 60th, not 60th, my 59th birthday, I raffled that red, black, and green. And I was like, why did I do that? So I'm gonna make myself another one. So I got 4 red, or is it 3? Hold on. It's 3. I got 3 red, 3 black, and I actually got 4 green. But so for my African shawl, I'll have 3 red, 3 black, and 3 green, and I'm gonna make that one rectangular, and that will be for Black History Month. But then they also had, and now this is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, all together 13 balls of yarn. So I was like, although I don't really celebrate Christmas, it's not the same, you know, once you lose your parents and stuff and a sibling, I really don't celebrate it. I don't do anything. Everybody else usually goes out of town. Fine. But anyway, I said, but, you know, why not? I can make me, in fact, the crochet along. Guess what? This is what I'm going to be using for the crochet along for the triangular shawl. I'll be demonstrating with the Christmas yarn, okay? Excuse me. So I have 4 of those, and then that 4th green that I bought, which was the last one of this color. I should have been saving this for watermelon, future watermelon stuff, but I'm gonna use it for the greater good of the crochet along, and this will be the border color, the green. I could actually use the red also, or I could use the glow yarn. I might just use the, I don't know, because I want the colors in here to pop. And the name of this color is called Mistletoe. Okay, so this is what I got at Meijer. So that little $20 budget that I had for, that I actually had, because the yarn that I saw online that they were selling was like $2 or something per ball. And it was it cotton? I believe it was a cotton, but it was a different name. Cotton, was it Lion Brand? It was some type of cotton. It wasn't that expensive one that I saw. It was just a regular cotton, other than loops and thread. All they had in cotton, other than that Caron cotton cakes, you know, which is $12.97, all they had was loops and thread. That was it. They just gonna try to make you buy that loops and thread, and I didn't particularly like it. I mean, I got it for the watermelon bag, but I won't be using it if I don't have to. I wanted the yarn that I saw online and that they said they had in stock. I said, unless somebody came in and bought it, you know, and that's possible. It could have happened. It wasn't there. It was nothing but loops and thread. The store was empty. There was me, and then there was 2 other ladies there shopping. I didn't see anybody else there, but it was 1 worker there. And now they done opened all these self-serve. So there's only one spot for checkout, and that's basically for returns. But they checked me out today. I was like, I'm not doing self-serve. Then even your pickup now is self-serve. So they got this little spot at the beginning. So if you order something, it says, please take for pickup. So I guess you're supposed to, they use the honor system. You're supposed to look up your name and pick up whatever it is you've ordered. What I'm scared of is somebody might pick up the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? No, I would rather them do the pickup. But there was only 1 employee. That's all I saw in that store today. And then there was a manager, and he was up there helping the people who were doing it was like this man, and then there was this woman. They were doing the self-checkout. Both of them had 1 item apiece, and they were messing up on the self-checkout. And so the girl up front called for the manager, and he came. So he just kind of stayed up there. And then she, you know, she did my checkout, and then the people I was shopping with by the yarn, she did their checkout. And so that was it. And I left. So anyway, so that's it for the video, you guys. It's not long, but I just wanted to let you know what happened when I went messing with Michaels. So from here on in until Michaels, I'm gonna give it to January. I'll go back in January, a few months from now, because that's when they're supposed to be done. And I'll see. I can see the vision. Let's put it that way. If they get that stuff cleared out, and they're going to have to drop the price some more because it's just junk and there's no rhyme or reason to the stuff, with the exception of the summer clearance stuff. That's in one, you know, they have the shelving right there for the summer clearance. So you know the theme of that. Everything else is like a little rummage sale. So you basically got to rummage through everything to figure out you know, what it is and stuff that's not going to sell too easily. So either they're going to have to organize it, or they're going to need to put it in a bin. I would suggest they just throw that mess, instead of having it on the shelves like they do, put it in a bin. But I think they're going to need to lower it. So right now the stuff is 70% off. Put it at 95, and then they'll get it on out of there, because most of it is just plain junk. And then a lot of floral stuff. So you can tell that they're getting rid of some things that they had sold before that they're no longer going to be selling, especially all that floral mess, the fake flowers and all that stuff. And framing. I saw quite a bit of like art supplies. I hope they don't get rid of that, you know, because people paint and whatnot. But it was just some stuff that I know that it would free up some shelves, and they can bring that yarn and those notions in. I think if they get the yarn and the fabric going, they'll be okay. And I think they'll be able to succeed by January. We'll see. So that's it. That's your report. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here. And these videos, the first one and this one, will upload later. I'm going to upload the first one first, and then this one will come following that. So I just wanted to give you the report. Let me know how things are going at your local Michaels. Are they revamping? Have you noticed a difference? I did notice a difference. It's just a hot mess in there right now. And you're going to hear me say, when I first walk in, this store is usually clean. What's with all the boxes? And it just got worse and worse and worse. So hopefully things will level out within the next few months. But for now, I'm not going back until they do. And I hope others, you know, continue to shop there. I'm quite sure some people can go in and find what they want. And it wasn't all bad. I did get what I wanted. You know, I got this. So I'm happy to have gotten this. Alrighty. Just wish they had some coupons in store. There were none. Everything was just the 20% off online. So I was like, okay, now that they have the monopoly, so to speak, now I see they're getting skimpy with the coupons, because remember, everything was 30% one while. Then there was a few times where they hit the 40%, and a lot of it was online and in store. So what's the deal with the in-store stuff, you know? So we'll see. Alrighty, so that's it for today. So I will see you guys later on Sunday, and may God bless you all. This is a bonus video for the week. I couldn't let this one wait. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye. And yeah, one last look at the scarf. I'm loving it. Look at that, y'all. I get chills. Okay, bye-bye.